Right then folks, welcome back to my no-level Final Fantasy VIII playthrough. It's been a while, and because of that, this first episode may suffer, but we'll get back on the horse, hopefully, and do some cool stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is something that I need to do before I forget, which is not a cheap Slipknot plug, because that song really wasn't all that good. And that involves getting the Ragnarok back, and I can't remember which door it is. So what we'll do is... Can I jump across at these yet? Here we go. I didn't want that one, but I'll take it. We need to be near the island closest to heaven, is the place we need to be. This is not that place. You might be wondering, what am I doing? Why am I not going into the castle? Well, the castle's the final thing needed to be done at this point. Can we... No. And I can't remember what we've killed and what we haven't killed, so it's going to be quite interesting. But before we do that, I want to show you how you get back to the Ragnarok and how you duplicate cards. Because it's something that, you know, you might not know. You might not have seen. I think this is wrong. This is wrong. Been a long time, guys. You'll have to bear with me. It's mercilessly hot as well, so hopefully I don't faint during the recording of this. Not that I've ever fainted in my life. I don't know what really makes you start fainting. Hopefully that never becomes an issue. This is the place. So as soon as you see that you're here, you're in the right spot. And what you need to do is... Can I pull the camera out? A little bit. You need to make it to the Cactua... Not the Cactua, sorry, the Chocobo Forest. And you might be wondering, well, you've not really done anything with Chocobos in this playthrough, and that's true, because I think the Chocobos in this game are vastly inferior to pretty much every Final Fantasy. But it has a very specific use here, even though I can't see where the fuck I'm going. So I'm just going to kind of use the map and my memory, which... There we go. To find this thing. And this looks a lot like the Chocobo Forest from Final Fantasy IX. And that's because that's probably the inspiration. But what happens is, regardless of your interaction with the Chocobos at this point in the game, when you come in here, it will work. And you'll have this little kid. Oh, yeah. So, I see you already found this forest. It took me 3 long years. This is the Chocobo's holy ground. Can't do business here. Okay, can I talk to this fella? The Chocobos look beastly in this game as well, I'm a fan. I guess I'll ride the Chocobo and get going. I think I'll stay in the forest a little bit longer. Right. So, riding the Chocobo, not only will it probably give us a very catchy Chocobo theme, but it's going to enable us to get back to the Ragnarok, which is in the... Is it the Centra continent? The one near Odin's palace? In spite of the fact I've not showed you Odin. So all you want to do is not get off it. And there is a button to make the camera more palpable, but I can't, for Jesus Christ, remember how. So we need to get back down to the beach. This fucking music's baller. Wrong way. So I'm just going to use my map on the bottom right here, because I can't tell where I am on the plane. So we're going to keep on... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lots of mountains. Here we go. Yay! You can see us. We're the king of the world! You can't go in deep water with it, because it's apparently in our... Can I move the camera? There we go. Yay! So, because they're a pariah of a society, there's a massive fence around us there, so we can't quite go there. And you'll notice too, I don't know if you can see it, you see that massive force field? That is the biggest thing that pisses me off about Disc 4 in this game. As soon as you compress time, because of the storyline conceit, you can't enter any of the towns. because it's a different flow of time. So you're essentially, you've locked off all of the game except for the land masses and Ultimisia's palace. So you have to know this or learn it the hard way. And it's one of those things where a lot of files don't go to disk 4 until they've literally, hang on, until they've literally done everything. Can I literally not cross that? No? Can I go up here? No, I've got to go around. This music is so good. It's like some 1940s swing chocobo band. But I really like the chocobo theme on Final Fantasy IX, the like Samba di Flamenco or whatever it's called. It's a very catchy little riff. So we should be seeing a beach coming up. The camera keeps adjusting itself. Alright. Can we cross to this? We can. And it's on here. Can I just climb up that? No. The only way to get onto the landmasses is to use beaches. And we need to get onto this. But I can't remember where the... Ah, do you see it there? That is what we're aiming for. Shitty camera. You can kind of see it at the top of the screen. That is the Ragnarok right there. So, over there is... Hang on a second, can you... Are you shitting me? Can you literally do that? Ah. Interesting. Maybe I've just showed you a completely pointless thing. Anyway, this is the way I've always done it, so... Just goes to show that old habits die hard. Come on, where's the fucking beach? Obviously that's the Cactuar Island. Aha! That's what we wanted. This lets us get up. Oh, does it? Goddamn cock-blocking mountains. Right. Come on, shitty camera, look in front. Fucking RPG drunkards. Aha! Look, why does it adjust? So retarded. But here it is. And don't need you anymore. So before I start doing this, I'm going to save. Fuck, wrong button. Circle. And just to think, at this point, we're 38 hours deep in this playthrough. That's pretty crazy. And it's crazy because I've not done any of the grinding or any of the farming. It's literally been... Everything you've seen is what I've done. And we've played a ton of cards to compensate for the lack of grinding. But I think it's kind of cool that, you know, I've not just gone off and got all the good magics and junctioned myself to godlyhood. I think there's a uniqueness to that, but this is Zoo. I wanted Squall to play cards with the CC group members. When I got here, no one was around. They all got that ruckus started outside. What on earth is going on? Is this all because of the Sorceress Ultimisia? No! We're just taking the piss. Let's get to Ultimisia before she begins compressing time in this world. Sounds serious. Go... Sounds serious! Time for some childish language! Why don't you play it? We learned rules from around the world. Which essentially means, if you play the wrong guy, you're going to spread the worst rules. But there's a trick to this, and the trick is, can I remember how to navigate the Ragnarok? I do not believe I do. Oh, maybe I do, but it's not him, it's... Is there a door down here? What's this? That is a dead end. Great. Move out of my way! I love that bit. It's in here we want. Because in here is a save point and a guy who has the most lenient rules. That guy. So that's your save point should you fuck up. And this dude has, I believe, the best rules. So what we're going to do is I'm going to throw myself in the deep end. I'm going to go to Card Mod Refine. We have the Bahamut card. The Bahamut card is a very powerful card, a very powerful mod as well. One of these refines into 100 Megalixirs. Anybody who's played these games knows Megalixirs are insanely overpowered. This gives you 100 of them, the most you can carry. So we're going to do that. And then you're going to be like, oh my god, you just modified your card, what are you going to do now? You know? How are you going to get all the cards and all that kind of good stuff? Well, there's a trick here, and I don't know why it works, but it does. So this guy wants to start mixing Balam's rules with ours. Balam's rule is the open rule. So hopefully this shouldn't be ridiculous rules. And if it is, I'm going to cry. Not to worry. And the reason I did that, sudden death... what? Elemental? Why not? So, I now have 100 Megalixirs. The cool thing about having 100 Megalixirs means when we fight Ultimisia, which is coming up very shortly, I don't have to worry about her. That's a bad choice. Gotta whack up here. I'm not a big fan of the elemental rule at all. But what we'll do is we'll put a defensive card down, see what this player does, and then we'll try and flip what they can't flip and see if we can do it decisively. So he has an 8, which means our Sifa card is safe, but none of the other ones are if we take that card. So let's look at the Krista card. We do not have anything that can flip it on that left side thanks to that elemental, and then the bit below it is equally cock blocking. So what we'll do is we'll do another defensive move and hope he pins himself in some way. A little bit like that. But I don't know if that's going to help. God, this rule fucking sucks. Interesting. Let's put her there, see what this fella does. And as you can see, it's a fucking stalemate. And it's sudden death, which means we'll play again. Which is kind of annoying. But what can you do? Incredibly defensive, and the elemental rule fucked up all ways of smashing this player. Not to worry, we'll get him this time. We'll be a little bit more aggressive and we'll stop him from cock blocking that corner. God, that fucking element. There's no way, if we put this here, that they can get that spider back. Oh, I didn't see the fucking element. Shit. That was terrible. And that person can flip Zell either way. That's unfortunate. But at least we can get that one in the bag. I don't understand why they did that. Oh, I kind of do, actually. He has a choice now. Does he flip the bottom one? Does he flip the top one? Played that well. But suffice to say, we don't really need any of these cards. This is not what we want. But we might have to play a few games against this dude to get the ball rolling. And normally, I would have denied him with those rules and he'd have gone back to his standard rules and he might have dropped some of the shit. Because I normally have him with just the open rule, not the fucking elemental and all that other shit. But out of all of them, he's the most lenient, because the other ones have some insane rules. And eventually this guy's going to play the card that we got rid of. Speaking of, when did we... Ah, that's another good thing to mention. I don't think we got the Pandemona card. I think I forgot to play the hotel manager in... Is it Timber? Oh, it might be actually Balam. So, these players will also have the card you missed, which is a really interesting thing. 7s and 6s. So it's a good way of getting them back. Similarly to this, if you missed any GFs, How this game works is when you get to Ultimisia's Palace, the bosses inside there allow you to draw the summons that you missed. Interesting. We've got a constant lead here, but it could change. Oh, bollocks. Ooh, we can't. No, we can't, because it... It's cool, it's cool. Hey, look, we got Pandemona, which is pretty nice. But we don't want Pandemona. And what you can do here, if you're patient enough and if you like the cards, is you can play here, keep on refining the cards, and effectively stack your deck. And the cool thing about the cards is they modify into very rare refine items, which enables you to essentially buff your stats. And if you're patient enough, you can max your characters. It'll take a very long time, but you can do that. And we're going to play here until we get the card back, and then we're going to continue. So the only problem with these CC members is they're just clever enough to be assholes. So playing them is perhaps not the most fun because you can't just downright smash them. That 7 and 6 on his side is going to be useful. You can't do it against that 8 on the right, but then again I can't do it with that 5. I want to use Squall and sacrifice him, but it's at that point kind of pointless. Fuck it. I want to see how he plays this. I expected as much. So, it's going to be another one on retarded stalemates. Ugh. Oh, I didn't do sudden death though. Awesome. Because the point here is not to win, so that doesn't bother me at all. The point here is to get him to use the card we want and then win. And admittedly, I'm not playing very well because I've not played in a while. Also, I do have a lot of character cards that have better stats than the ones I'm using. I just pick the ones that are categorised at the far end because it's quicker. And if you're really a serious card player, you're probably mixing out your decks and things depending on who you're playing so that you can have, you know, 2 9s on one bit, 2 9s on the other, and you know, mid-maxing like that. But I've never been that kind of player. We're at an advantage here, so we can just kill some time. And he's going to trap his cards, and then we're going to capitalise on those traps. Even though, technically, he can take this. It puts us ahead of him. Which is okay. And then we can do that, and put us even far ahead of him. And then you can just take what you want. And admittedly, these characters do have some pretty good cards. So it's a really good place to improve your deck. Jesus. It's my dinner coming back on me, you'll have to forgive me for that one. Come on dude, don't have us here all day, I want to prove a point so we can get on with this. Mr. Spade. And one thing I haven't mentioned is it's complete RNG if he uses these cards, so as much as it is a way to farm, it can be a laborious one. As you've just seen, he's played a completely unappealing deck again. Let's try a different opening move. God, he's so weak on that side, Zell. Damn disappointment's what he is. Ooh, interesting. I did not expect them to do that. Which gives me the free point, which is disconcerting. Strange, but I'll take it. I don't mind it as well because AI is one of those funny things where it's actually really easy to program the AI to be perfect and insanely bullshitty. It's a little bit trickier to make them make mistakes, and I like the fact that they don't just predictively smash you on this game all the time, aside from when you're playing with the fucking plus and same rule. Plus and same rule is almost like the computer builds a deck to counter the one you've built. That rule is so crazy. Like, you have to stare for 5 minutes at every move because you know you're moving into a trap, regardless of what you do. But oh, here we go again, Quetzalcoatl. That was the mayor that I tried to get, if you remember. And he was having none of it, so I couldn't get the card, unfortunately. Oh, that fucking progenitor stops me from being able to do this, but I'll still do it, because I want to flip him. Don't do it, don't do it! Motherfucker! You knew it. And that 8 is going to prove bothersome. Okay. Let's try that. He's defended on the right-hand side. Interesting. So we're going to doubly defend him with her. Doesn't matter at this point. We've already got what we want. And we've got another GF card. Yay! Oh, it's not a progenitor, it's a propagator. I used the word progenitor in a comment earlier on. Always reminds me of the song by... what the fuck is that band called? Progenies of the Great Apocalypse by Dimmu Borgir. What a strange song that is. Can't even remember how it goes now, I just remember it has a ridiculous, like, operatic interlude in it. And it's very corpse paintery. Alright. There we go! Finally, point is proven. That, I think, is Bahamut. It's not Tiamat, because Tiamat doesn't have an A. So, it leads me to believe he is who we say he is. Now can we win him? Because he's got a Catoblepus as well. God damn it. Ooh! Why? You're gonna have to sacrificial lamb your... what's it called? Propagator. For that. That's a strange move. It's a really strange move. And he didn't bite! Why? Actually, why even bother when I could just... 2 for 1. Here it goes. So, he wants to do that stalemate bullshit that they all do. So I'm not going to give him the fucking satisfaction. Eat my dick, son! And there we go. Bahamut is back in our grasps, and we have 100 megalixirs for free. How long did that take? 24 minutes, the Audacity meter tells me. That's not too bad, and that's involving getting back here. So what has changed from the previous episode to this one is we now have the ability to heal without magic to the best heal in the game, which is a very powerful position to be in.